Hi guys, it's Les here over in West Yorkshire. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Well, today what I'm going to be doing is another look at another one of these action toys that's come from China. Again, it's from the aliexpress.com website. There's a link below. This particular toy came from Grace Poon from a shop called Fantasy Home. So that, again, there's a link in the description there. And this particular model is called the Imperial Stormtrooper. Now this is one that's not an original one. If you look at the description, and I'll just move this so you can see, on the original website on AliExpress, what you'll note is, as we get down the description, just here it says, not original figure, Chinese edition, colour box packing. But other than that, and this is obviously the different poses that it'll do, and that's the packaging. Anyway, what I've done, this is how it's arrived. Now it did arrive in a plastic bag, a grey plastic bag, the typical, just a straightforward plastic bag, and inside the plastic bag was the ubiquitous brown box. Now then, the only thing with this type of brown box, and it's a pretty standard thing, you know, it's not, there's nothing you can do about this. If you're going to want something better than this, you're going to need to request it. But typically, because we as consumers want things as cheap as possible, that also means that we want the postage free. Well, of course, there's no such thing as free post. It's got to be paid for. And the packaging is included in that because it's usually described as post and packing. Well, that's obviously because the materials are not free. So what tends to happen is you're trimming it down and trimming it down and trimming it down. Your boxes get thinner and thinner and thinner. And eventually it gets to a state where actually the box is useless. And that's pretty much what we've got here. It's come a long, long way from China over to Yorkshire in England. And this box has suffered as a consequence of that. Now, at least it's been put inside a box, because we have had things in the past that have just come literally as they are with no packaging on them whatsoever, and that's not very good. At least this vendor has tried, but I would suggest that the quality of the box itself, the external box, needs to be raising, especially when you consider that on this particular model you can buy it as either a bare bones unit, if you like. I think they call it as a trade or something like that, wholesale, where it comes with no packaging. Or you can buy it for an extra $4, I think it is. You can buy the retail box that goes with it, and that's especially important if you're a collector of this type of item, because often the box is where the value lies, or a portion of the value anyway. So that's why you would want a nice, strong external box. So I would suggest it might be a good idea, before you actually make the purchase, is to just email the vendor and ask them if it's possible to upgrade the quality of the box. You understand? Pay perhaps an extra $US for a better quality external box, and that's going to just give you that bit more protection to ensure that your item actually arrives in one piece. So now that we've said that, let's have a look inside the box. Well, what we've got inside is some bubble wrap. I can see the bubble wrap. Now I've actually already had this out. I'll just put that down there. So you can see there's plenty of bubble wrap around this, which is a good thing. It always comes in handy to recycle this bubble, no problem. Put that down there. And this is what you get inside, look. Let me just zoom in a little bit. If I can zoom in for you. Now I'm sorry I'm still sporting this silly beard, but I haven't had a chance yet to remove it. Now then, this particular box, like I say, you do pay for, I think it's $4 extra, but it's one of those nice window boxes where you get a little bit of blurb, you know, about the actual model itself and the story about it, and then obviously a window where you can see the goods themselves. It's a nice quality box. It's that lovely glossy card, you know, nice colour. All the information on the back. Obviously a lot of this here is Chinese, but effectively it's the same information, and there's 20 points of articulation on this model, so bending its knees, its arms and its wrists and whatnot, 20 points on it. So what you do with this one is we pop it open at the top, which I've already done actually. Let me just pop it open again for you. Now inside, as well as, let me just show you this. Can you see how this box is like wrinkled and creased? That's what I was saying about the quality of the external box, the actual packaging material. If the box had been better outside, this squash damage wouldn't have occurred. For me, it doesn't really make any difference because these models are just on the shelf. But if you're a collector, then that would probably upset you some. So again, just ask your vendor. Right, now then, this is what we've actually got now inside that. It's like a Russian doll, this. It just keeps giving. So I'll just put that to one side. Now, underneath the actual part of the packaging material is a little stand. There's a stand stuck to it. And there's instructions and drawings down the side. It shows you how to put the stand together. Also shows you what weapons it's got. It also shows you the replacement hands so that you can have different hands on it. So that's very good indeed. Little packet of screws. And this is the moment of truth. Bit crinkly there. So you've got a sheet of plastic over the top. Look at that baby. Let's have him out. So there he is. He's got a freestanding belt. This belt spins round. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you so you can see a bit more. Can you see that? Yes, of course you can. As you can see, he's got a movable belt. That's obviously for one of the guns. It's got movable elbows. Nice and clicky. Same with both of them. And his wrists turn. That's very good. As do his arm. Very good. It bends at the waist, look. Either way. Knees. Excellent. Hips. Feet. That is very, very good. Now then, look at the detail. I mean, that's pretty good. This looks like a sort of a war-torn version, because it's not white like your typical Stormtrooper. This is the battle worn, I suppose. Absolutely great is that. So let me just zoom out a little bit more so you can see me again. Right, let me see if I can stand him up, see how he stands. If indeed he'll stand. I think he should. Easy peasy. Now what else do we get in this little box? Oh, we've got a sheet of plastic to remove. And we've got... tip this up for you. These are your attachments for it. I'll zoom in again. So we've got a machine gun of some description. Look at that. I'll just show you this. Actually, the little arms fold down like so. So it's a proper machine gun. And this is for when he's laying down. I'll do some positions of him later in a minute. So what else we've got in here? We've got another gun. Now this time it goes that way, look. That's one of them kinds of guns. That kind. Very good. Leave that there. And we've also got, in here we've got this little red thing. Now what that is to go into the end of the gun. See, it just pops in the end of the gun. Like so. And that signifies that it's firing bullets, you see? That's what that's for. So it looks like it's in actual battle mode, if you like. So we take that out. And we also get 4 sets of hands. Now obviously it comes with a pair of hands already fixed to it, but the reason that you've got these different hands is because the hands are actually in different positions. So you've got one that's pointing a finger, one that's open hand, one that's sort of grasping. I'll show you these, look. Let me zoom in again. That's his hand anyway. That's a hand. And with this one he's grasping something. And this is the opposite side, same fingers. And with the other pair, we're actually fully open. like that. Like that. Very good. And these hands just pull off, literally. You grasp the hand itself and pull. Twist it and pull at the same time. Like so, and it'll leave a pin. And then all you do is insert the new hand onto the pin. Like so. See? So he's got a different hand on now. Say hold. Very, very good. Absolutely delighted. However, here's where it goes a little bit wrong, because I was looking at this and I'm thinking this is absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying it, and I turned its head like that and it fell off. It fell off in my hand, his head. So I've emailed the vendor, which is Grace, and explained to her that the head's fallen off, but I've not received an email back yet, but I am expecting an email back. Now I've kind of fixed it in a way, because what I've actually done, I've got some thin wire. Well, I say thin wire, it's actually about 1.25 millimeters, something like that. It's quite stiff, it's galvanised wire, and I've cut a piece that's around about 1 inch long, about 25 millimeters long, and I've had the pliers and I've heated one end with a little flamethrower, so it glowed hot. And in the socket where the head came off, because on the socket part, on the neck part of it, if you like, it's a ball and socket on the body, and another ball and socket in the neck, so that it fits together like this, and then they'll twist. Well, what's happened is that the connecting part of plastic between the two balls has been very thin, and it's severed. So what I've done with the wire is I've inserted the hot wire into the ball of the body, let it go cold, measured it against the neck of the model itself, make sure it's the right length, warmed this end up then, and then inserted carefully, without burning my fingers obviously, inserted the head over it so that the hot wire goes into the ball of the head. You understand? Let it set like that, and that's basically fixed it. So its head's now attached again, and it can turn still, and it can look. I mean, it's not ideal because obviously it's my fix, but nevertheless, fix is what it is. So there you are. So I'm very, very delighted with that. So let me just see if I can set this stand up, just to see what it looks like on the stand. Now it is glued to it. Like I said, normally you wouldn't open this if you were a collector because you'd want to keep it. As you see them on the Antiques Roadshow, these are antiques of the future, as they would say. Then you would want the wrapping in as best a condition as you can, but for me it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to use it. So I'm going to pop these and make this stand up. It's like one of the old Airfix kits, you know, where you break little bits off and you end up with a Ultra Flash extra. I mean, the quality of the actual toy itself is really high. I mean, bearing in mind that it said that it's a Chinese copy or version, Chinese version, that effectively means it's a copy, doesn't it? So if this is as good as this, I can only imagine what the quality of the real one is, which I think is made by a company called Bandai, I believe. Now, all of their stuff is really good quality, but hopefully we'll be finding that out over the next few weeks as more and more of this stuff comes in from China, because I have got a love affair with China. They make some fantastic things. Oh, it's nearly there now with these. Alright, so that's all my various stand components. So let me have a quick look and see what it says about the stand. Now then, it says I've got the base, which is fair enough, and on the base it says Play Arts Action Figure. Fair enough. Put that down there. Hopefully you can see that still. What else does it say? It says we've got several hooks. We need one of these and one of these, and that fits in the back one. That fits in there. So it says, famous last words. Yep, that fits in there. And the next one fits in at the side of it, facing upright, like so. That's okay. And the next one says, get these little plastic bits. Well, I'm going to keep building this, and I shall be back once I've built it all up. Right then, so I've finished putting the stand together, which is pretty much that. It's not the most attractive of stands, and it's not the most feature-rich. It's basically just a plastic clamp. It would be nice if it was spring-loaded, you know, like some of them look like a pair of pincers, spring-loaded. But this is basically just you position it. So I've got it built up anyway. And they got the model, and basically it just stands on it. You stand it on it, and then this goes round the waist or wherever it is that you've got it positioned, because you can position this further up or down. You basically take this arm off and move it up or down, so it'll grip it higher or lower depending on where you want it to grip. There is also a pair of smaller pincers, so perhaps you could grab it round its neck, you know, put this higher up and grab it round its neck. But either way, once you've got it set up, you can tighten it up with a little spanner of some description, and that'll be away. Because I'm not going to use that; it's going to be set up on my stand there. So anyway, that's the. Let me just give you a description of it. That's the Imperial Stormtrooper from Grace Poon over at Fantasy Home, and the cost of this was £29, and that includes the postage all the way from China, which is it's $38 with no box, so you get all the benefits but not the retail box, which is fine if you want to save a bit of money. You know, I got the box this time basically just so I could show you the box. And it's $42 if you want the box. But again, don't forget, email the vendor and let them know that you would like them to use a thicker outer box, the actual parcel box, a thicker quality one. Give them an extra $1 or $2, whatever it is. And you're going to get your box in one piece, so you have a higher chance of getting your box in one piece, which is important if you're a collector. Not so much for me, because I'm not too bothered. So he's got his one of his guns around his waist now, and what I'm going to do, I shall take some photos, I shall pose him into different positions, take some photos, just to give you an idea what you can do. But he's going to end up on the shelf here behind us, with our little friend, the skeleton, and the Iron Man. Let's have a look here. So the next video I shall do will be on this. Now this is my favourite so far. I'll just zoom in and show you this. This is Tom. As you can see, he's looking a bit thin these days, a little bit peaky. Now what this is a 12-inch skeleton, human skeleton, and it's articulated. So all of the joints can be moved. Right, and they've all got a ball and socket joint on them, metal ball and socket joints, plastic, resin, bones if you like, metal joints, and he comes with different hands as well, and he also comes with different feet, so you can do that. It's got a flexible spine to some extent, some sections of it are flexible, absolutely wonderful. So I'll be showing you that in another video very soon. Because I really do like that, so I'm going to stick him back there so he's looking at you. It's also got a mouth that opens and closes. Very good. Very good indeed. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you at least think about some of these action figures. This is a proper action figure. I forgot to tell you the weight of this one. The weight of this one is, if I can find my scales, here they are. Just because I give you the weight of the other one. Does feel like quite a weighty little beast, so let's just give you an idea. The weight of this is 11 1/4 ounces, which is the same as saying 319 grams, which is pretty good. So it's quite a weighted little thing, but it's got a lovely feel to it. It's that PVC kind of plastic. Really good, soft touch, nice bit of detailing. I may very well come back at some point and put a little bit extra detailing on this, with all the colours and that, but we can do that at a later date. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'm going to get off because it's tea time now. So take care. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and you get a little email as soon as I do a new video, and you can come and have a look at the next little toy. The next one I'm going to be showing you is that skeleton, and then we've got some other ones coming as well. But anyway, in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you later.